Yeah, there's an arrow over there. Let's check in. So, alright guys, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Now it's a nice day today. So, and we don't have the kids, the grandkids, I mean. So, there's just two of us. So we figured we're gonna take a Lighthouse tour out of New London. So I think this is where we check in, right here. But so that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna take this ferry right here for the Lighthouse tour. It's $35 a person for adults. I think 15 for kids, I believe. Those are tugboats right there. And those right there are the windmills. Those whole thing that looks like rockets right there, they're windmills. So this is where we pick up the ferry. Alright. Alright, so if you ever come here to take the Lighthouse tour, you make sure you check in on that building right there. It says Block Island Ferry, because if you look at the sign on the side of the building, it says Block Island and Lighthouse Cruise check in here with an arrow pointing this direction right there. If you ever do this Lighthouse tour or Block Island Ferry, whichever one, you got to check in on that booth, small building right there. Okay, 1:45. I think it's boarding time. All right, here we go. Hey, get something to drink. I'm thirsty. Hello. Oh, this is nice. Want to go upstairs first? Yeah. They got speakers on the outside as well. All right. We don't have to be on the top deck, actually. We can just sit right in the, yeah, right here. Where it's covered. At least it's, right? All right. All right, so that's General Dynamics right there, or also known as electric boat, EB. That is Port Griswold right there, and right there the windmills that I was talking about earlier.
Size Coast Guard MH-60 Jayhawk rescue helicopter that was once used in search and rescue operations. It was officially hoisted inside the structure in late May and will be suspended high in the atrium, symbolizing the courage and dedication to Coast Guard crews. While the building's exterior is taking shape right now, the museum is preparing to officially open its doors to the public next August. Once completed, it will also serve as the permanent home of the U.S. Coast Guard training ship, Clark Eagle.
Cheers. With that, beer,
On the port side,
mixed drink,
look for the
pretzel.
Top 78. It was originally designed as a blockhouse with surrounding earthworks and was known as Groton Fort. In 1776, stone walls and bastions were added, strengthening its defenses.
That's the Block Island Ferry.
Fort Griswold, in honor of of Deputy Governor Matthew Griswold, a strong supporter of the colony's cause during the Revolutionary War. The fort played a key role in the early years of the Revolution, working in coordination with Fort Trumbull on the opposite side of the river. Together, they helped defend the fort of London, which served
Fort Trumbull right there.
for the Continental Army, and the Safe Harbor, French privateers targeted.
The New London dock.
1781, the fort was attacked and captured by a British force under the command of Benedict Arnold. While Arnold's troops
Amtrak
were
station.
in London, American defenders at Fort Griswold fought a fierce battle against overwhelming odds. Despite
That right there is
all of the heroes
the water
that
taxi.
day.
You can hop on and hop off multiple places. That's the thing we're gonna do next time. Next in line is that water taxi right there, the riverboat.
On our port side, you'll see a large green building. This is the beginning of General Dynamics electric boat operation.
So that's Port Trumbull.
Nuclear submarines for the U.S. Brought.
That right there is the Gold Star Bridge.
Today, electric boat is the design yard, and behind the pier,
Yeah, down-
notice the U.S. flag flying proudly on top.
That's downtown New London, right there.
Marks the site of
Fort Trumbull right here.
Deputy Governor Jonathan Trumbull recommended building of a fort here to protect the port of New London. That fort was completed in 1777 when they
Submarine right there.
New London also
can see the nose of the submarine.
athletes and entertainers, including Gaten Matarazzo, who plays Dustin in Stranger Things, NBA player. This marks the West Campus of Pfizer.
It's the Long Island Ferry right there, or Block Island Ferry, I mean.
And was founded in 1849 by cousins Charles Pfizer
Spizers.
and Charles Urquhart in New York.
So right there is one lighthouse. It's heading towards Ocean Beach. Wow, that's fast.
I don't think it's 30 knots.
No. Yeah, it is. That's a private beach. That's the first lighthouse. Huh? I know.
There's newly established light.
These are all private beaches. For the rich people only. It's for the rich people only beach.
During the private
The other side is Ocean Beach, which is a public beach.
That is the new London Harbor for their British goods. Foundation was built on land and towed to the site where it was filled with concrete to the ground and sunk in 28 feet of water. A concrete pier was built on top of the foundation and included 2 cisterns for collecting fresh water. A cast iron lantern room on the wall for investigators from around the world. Included concrete intelligence programs and ghost hunters which visited in 1985. However, researchers did Wallace's accomplishments, this is often considered the one that he is most proud of. But this island is home to the North Dumpling Lighthouse. Although it lies just 1 mile off the Connecticut coast near Groton, it is part of the town of Southwold, New York. The island was originally acquired in 1639.
That is a lighthouse, yeah.
Jr., son of the governor of
Dumpling, called Dumpling.
Bay Colony, and remained with the Winthrop family until 18.
First island right there. Very, very rich people live there. Super rich. Basically, even if you have a lot of money, you just can't buy a property in Fisher's Islands. You have to be like old money kind of rich, like the DuPont.
Construction of Race Rock Light began in 1871 and wasn't completed until 1878. The project was led by structural engineer for the Granite Lighthouse, Keeper's Quarters, and Tower was completed.
The Granite Lighthouse.
Francis Hopkinson Smith later went on to engineer the foundation of the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor, and Captain Scott founded the T.A. Scott Company, a well-known salvage and marine.
I know, pretty neat, huh? Like a sandbar. This is Plum Island right here. So Plum Island is a pretty much a secret research area. It's a research facility, government research facility.
This lighthouse is a cast iron spark plug design, although local mariners gave it a more colorful nickname, coffee pot, because of its shape.
Coffee pot.
That shape reminded them of the old cast iron coffee pots common in the 1800s.
This solar
It's
panel.
By
probably
the early
guards.
1900s, as automobiles became more
guard.
common, people began saying that the shape looked more like a giant spark plug. While it certainly may not win any beauty Oyster Pond Reef, the rocky shoal with less than 10 feet of water over it, one of the most hazardous obstacles along the eastern end of Long Island.
Busy water today. A lot of boats. So that is the lighthouse right on Plum Island.
Notice the large rocks protecting the base of the bluff. This riprap was brought here by barge from the rehabilitation
They're nice.
of Sag Harbor breakwater in the early 2000s. It does help prevent erosion from the relentless waves and currents that continually wear away at the shore.
So this is the other side of Plum Island. See like the tanks over there. Maybe like a storage area. Looks like. That's a fishing boat right there.
After more than 60 years,
So apparently Plum Island is now part of the Department of Homeland Security. It's another island that's used by the military for research and stuff like that. I didn't get the name. But it's also like another research. Grayco Island, I think it's called. Can't hear. Too windy. I'll have to look it up. Forget the actual name of that island.
the first lighthouse here was a 50-foot hammered freestone tower and was completed and first lit in 1806, with Israel Rogers serving as its first keeper. anchor. It was the view is absolutely stunning.
Alright, so I think that's those are all the lighthouses. Run around, heading back to New London now, to the pier. And I think we're done. I think it's worth $35. Campus, Yukon, University of Connecticut, Avery Point campus in Groton. There's also a lighthouse right there. Lighthouse far away at the Yukon Avery Point campus. That's Eastern Point Beach. Those nice houses over there, nice big houses. This is the one of the plant supervisors. Again, the supervisors right there, right there. What's that? Hour and 45 minutes. Oh, that's what it said. By the time we get off, it'll be 2 hours. So it's 2 hours.
Once again, on the starboard side, we have
Alright, so we're back in New London. That is the end of this journey. Again, up ahead is the General Dynamics electric boat. You can see the sub, the front of the sub, that green collar thing inside the submarine hangar. So this Spicer's right here is the main research facility. This is where they created Viagra and stuff. Viagra and other famous medications from Pfizer's. Also the vaccine, COVID vaccine. They're all developed in this plant right here. So that's not the whole thing actually. Whatever you're seeing is just one of the plants. There's actually it's a lot bigger in the back. But I think some of them are actually moved from another location, so they closed down some of these plants throughout the years or sold to other companies. I think General Dynamics bought some of the plants that Pfizer's own. There you go. So we get to see the submarine shipyard up close. Very neat stuff.
facility was built to accommodate the enormous modular sections. The Columbia-class submarines are truly impressive in scale. At approximately 560 feet long with a displacement of nearly 21,000 tons, they will be the largest submarines ever built by the U.S. Navy, about 1.5 times the size of the Virginia-class submarines currently being constructed here in Nebraska. These submarines will also feature nuclear fuel core, meaning that they will not require in-service refueling during executive operation. Electric Boat is scheduled to deliver the first Columbia-class submarine, USS District of Columbia, to the U.S. Navy by the end of 2008.
Pretty cool
As
stuff.
we continue past the new Columbia-class production facility, you'll see some of the additional dry docks, piers, and port areas that make up Electric Boat South Yard. There is a submarine at one of the piers here, right to the right of the yellow cranes. I believe that is the USS Iowa. The large green building that we will pass shortly is the land level ship construction facility. It is one of the original landmarks of Electric Boat Shipyard. This building was built in the 1970s to support construction of the Trident ballistic missile submarine program, and it continues to play an important role in submarine construction today. This is where the construction of the Virginia-class submarine occurs. Large sections and modules built at EB's Quonset Point facility in Rhode Island, along with components from Newport News Shipbuilding in Virginia, come here for final assembly. Once completed, the subs are carefully moved through the shipyard in position for launch into the Thames River. To the left of the tugboat, the red tugboat that we are about to pass, there is a submarine on both dry docks. The sail is covered with white tarp. That is the USS Hartford. That one was built in the 90s and is here overall.
Right there. That's the top of the submarine right there. Right there. The one that's covered with a white tarp. I suppose that's USS Hartford. I think that's what she said. Pretty cool. So that's the top of the submarine right there.
Words of thanks. First, we remember the Lighthouse keepers of years past. Through long nights, harsh storms, and countless challenges, they faithfully kept the lights burning, helping to guide mariners safely home.
Yeah.
Today, that responsibility has been passed to the men and women of the
Paul's
United
pasta
States Coast Guard who continue to
Right there with
maintain
the
these
bell.
historic
Oh, right there, yeah.
now.
And there's Paul's
We thank
Pasta
them
Shop.
for preserving these lights and for all
Yep.
they do to keep
Puppin's
our
Restaurant.
waters safe. To those of you on board who are
Gold
currently
Star
serving
Bridge.
or who have served in our nation's armed forces, thank you. We are deeply grateful for your service, your sacrifice, your courage, and the example that you set for us all.
Sub base over there.
And our heartfelt thanks also go to police officers, firefighters, emergency medical personnel,
That's
and
the,
all first
windmill
responders.
stuff.
Your tireless efforts, dedication, and willingness to answer the call keep our community
Those are all the
safe every
windmill
day.
parts right there. The propellers.
And we also recognize all of those whose work
look like rocket
strengthens our
ships.
nation's defense, from the drawing board to the
Those like
shipyard
rocket
and
ships.
beyond.
Those are windmills.
And finally, thank
Turbines.
you all for spending part of your day with us. We hope you enjoyed exploring the history, beauty, and enduring legacy of the lighthouses and shores of Long Island Sound. And we wish you safe travels, calm seas, and hope to welcome you aboard again soon. Until we meet again,
Look at how
may you
big
always
those
find
blades
a
are.
safe
Man, they're massive. Big blades. Over. Disembark, disembark. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.